welcome back, and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Amber Michawn, and I do weekly DIYs, hauls, and other fun things. If you're not new, hey doll, hey! So today's video, I have 3 Dollar Tree home decor DIYs for you for really any home aesthetic, modern, farmhouse, but mostly farmhouse. So if you enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so you don't miss an upload. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so for the first DIY, I'm using 2 of these glass vases from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna go ahead and tape them off so I can paint them. I'm doing them at 2 different heights because I just kind of want different looks of them. Don't have any painter's tape, so I just have this, like, I don't know, masking tape. And then I just went ahead and painted them white using some white chalk paint. And I did 2 coats. Once they were dry, I went ahead and just removed the tape, and I took my X-OXO knife and just went all the way around each glass vase to kind of score it to make sure that the line was straight, because it wasn't straight all the way around. So pretty simple. Then the next thing I did for the vase that has the least amount of paint on it, so the lower line of paint, I went ahead and wrapped some twine around the top of that. So basically I just hot glued a little dab of glue on the top of the glass, put the twine down, wrapped it around until I was satisfied with the amount of twine that was on there, and just hot glued down the end, and voila, there you go. You have some really fancy high-end looking glass vases with only paint and twine to jazz it up. For my next DIY, I'm using these paint sticks from Home Depot. These are the 5-gallon size, and they come in a pack of 3. Some wood glue, some jumbo craft sticks that I got from Walmart, and also I'm going to paint this white with my white chalk paint. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut down the part where it's kind of like curved, and I just measured it out to where it humps down. So then I'm just going to go ahead and take this ruler that I got from Dollar Tree, line them all up, and then mark it down so I can cut it with my handsaw. Next thing I'm going to do is take my craft sticks and mark down where I want the curved part to be off. So I'm not measuring it out with the paint sticks. I'm just kind of eyeballing it so that way I know where to put my paint sticks. So then I put my paint sticks down, and then I'm taking these other paint sticks, these smaller ones, they're the 1-gallon size, and I'm going to measure those out. So it's important that when doing this, you measure out with the craft stick, so that way you have the length that the 1-gallon paint stick has to be. Mark that down and then chop that off with your saw or whatever tool you need. My husband had this tool on hand, so I was really grateful for that, because I probably have to buy a handsaw with the kind of projects that I'll be doing here in the future. Next thing I did was go ahead and take my wood glue and place it on the bottom of the small painting sticks, and then put them in place so it looks like a rectangle. What I did with these is I took the numbers and I faced those down, so this is actually the back side. And then I took some hot glue and placed it on the back so I can get it to stay, so I can work with it, because I just didn't have time to wait for it to dry overnight. So I recommend doing that. Next, I'm going to take all of my craft sticks, line them up and out. I believe I used 22 for these, for each one of these shutters. And so then I went ahead and measured out the first one with all of the other ones, if that makes any sense. Just put it on top, cut it down so you don't have to keep marking them all. And then what I did is I sanded down the corners, so that way that if the craft sticks are a little bit longer than what the length of, or the opening to put them in, you can still kind of wiggle them in there, because they have an easier a curved like end, so that way they don't crack, if that makes any sense. Do all those. and then go ahead and paint everything. So I painted the frame and then painted the craft sticks, which will be my shutter blinds. The next thing I did to make sure I got it a little bit more secure while I was working on it, since that wood glue wasn't completely dry, is I took a craft stick and cut it up a little bit to where I could put hot glue on the bottom of the small paint stick and then a longer one to match up, because the smaller one, it doesn't line up with the height of the larger paint stick, if that makes any sense. So do that. And then this is my side-by-side view. Pretty impressive, right? This is my side-by-side view of what both of them, this is actually both of them, it's not just one, it's both of them. But I wanted to show you what the view looks like from either side of when you're putting these craft sticks in place. And then you just put them in place, putting hot glue on the corners at the bottoms where you're going to put them, because that's the only place that's touching the frame. Then I took some black and elephant gray acrylic paint and took a frayed not toothbrush, what is this, a paintbrush, and went ahead and dry brushed some of that on there to give me a weathered look. The way I like to do some of my weathered looks is I will take the color that I want to make it distressed, put that on there, and I always overdo it. So then I just take a smaller paintbrush and the main color, I will go ahead and put that on there. And then while the white paint is still a little wet, I'm then dry brushing more of my black and gray acrylic paint on there, if that makes any sense. You choose how you do it. I've taught myself how to do this over the year that I've been doing these crafts, and I really like how I really like how I do it, so I'm just going to keep doing it. So once that is done, I went ahead and took these boxwood picks that I picked up from not Dollar Tree, from Walmart. Actually, they were 97 cents. I was super surprised. I actually got 10 of them because I really like boxwood greenery. So then I went ahead and cut down some stems. I only did 4, and then I went ahead and wrapped some twine around the bottom of it so I can get a more polished finished look. And then all I did after I wrapped it around, just put a dab of hot glue to keep it down. Pretty simple, easy. Then next I took this burlap ribbon. I actually picked this up from Dollar General. It was $2, and I'm gonna make a couple of bows to go on the top of my shutters. So I'm just folding it twice and then taking a piece of twine and tying that in the middle, opening that up, and then I go ahead and cut my tails diagonally so I can get a cute little bow ribbon look out of it, whatever it is. It's super cute. And then I went ahead and took a piece of the burlap and cut down a pretty straight piece to go over the front of it, and then hot glued that down. And then I hot glued it to the top of the shutter, and then I took a piece of twine and went ahead and had it hanging from my boxwood bunch now. I realized though that I probably should have had that hanging before I put the bow on there, so I had to take my bow off. And then I attached the string, the twine string, to the bow, and then put the burlap piece back on, and it was perfect. And this is how they both look, and I absolutely love them. They are so cute. I am definitely going to make more because I want some bigger ones in my bedroom, but these are going to go in my kitchen area. I absolutely love these. For my third and last DIY, I'm using 2 of these bunny signs. I really like them because of the scalloped edges that they have. I'm going to go ahead and remove the strings that are on them, and then go ahead and turn them so they are long ways, and glue that down the center, and then use some craft sticks to hold it in place a little better. And then I'm also going to paint this with my white chalk paint again. I love white chalk paint. And then I did 2 coats of this paint. This is what it looks like after it's dried. Then I went ahead and took my elephant gray and black acrylic paint again and went ahead and made some distressing marks. I made them a little thicker on this sign because I wanted the edges to have a more pronounced weathered look. If that makes any sense, like a rusted. I guess I should have used like a brown. But anyways, I like what this turned out to be. Then I have this love sign. I will love you to infinity and beyond. I've had this sign for probably a year when I first started shopping at Dollar Tree, and I did not know what to do with it. So I'm using it now because this sign is going over my bed. And I just place that as center as I can. It's a little bit crooked, but you won't be able to really tell unless you're truly staring at it. And because I'm a perfectionist, I am staring at it and it's a little crooked, but hey, it's okay. Just get yours as straight as you can. Then after that, I went back and took my black and gray acrylic paint and distressed the edges because it just looked too pristine for me. I just wanted it to give a little bit more character on here, and I absolutely love it because I did it on the top and on the bottom. The next thing I did to give it a little bit more love, I took my twine, trying to figure out if I wanted to wrap it around the top, but then I decided to go ahead and wrap it on the sides. Pretty simple, just get some hot glue, put it on the back. What I found is easiest with this twine is you knot it a couple of times and then place it on the hot glue because then it has a little bit more give to stay on there. And then just wrap it a few times. I'm not sure how many times I did it, probably 10 or 12 times. And then hot glue it to the back when you're satisfied with that look. Then next, to go ahead and cover the holes that are on the sides. I originally was going to put my boxwood picks on there and use those again, but it just didn't have the same look, so that's why you kind of see them on the table. So I went ahead and took the string, the rope that came on those signs actually, and used that to cover up those holes. So I just knotted it once and then put it through and then cut off the excess string, so all you see is the knot in the hole. It's not super noticeable, but when you're just kind of staring at it, looking at it, it looks like it's supposed to be there and not the hole. So I'm happy with that. And then to hang it, I took the rest of the rope that it came with that I had excess of, knotted that, and then glued it down to the back of the sign, and it hangs just so pretty. I absolutely love this. You guys, I absolutely love all of these. They came out so pretty and so much better than I expected to. You know, you always have one thing in your mind and it either comes out that way or sometimes it just comes out even better. And for me, these definitely came out better, especially those shutters. But that's all I have for you today. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure if you did, give me a big thumbs up because it helps out my channel. And if you're not, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. All right, I will see you on the next one. Bye.